What's up, everybody? Welcome to After the Final Whistle, football talk with John and Montel.
All right, welcome to episode number 30. I'm Montel. Co-host is John. We managed to do 2 weeks in a row. How you feeling
Yep.
this week?
Um, Doing a lot better than I was last week and definitely the week before. But you know, working in retail, getting in the holidays, so
No thanks.
that's gonna wipe me out. But it is what it is. How about you? How's your week been?
Been pretty good. One of my coworkers, my new, I guess, teammates, he spent about an hour explaining something I didn't understand. So hopefully he doesn't have to do it again on Monday. So, but yeah,
Hopefully.
I'm doing all right though. I'm still learning my new role. Wrapping up repairs on this house, trying to get that finished. Still waiting to hear back on the house we're buying on if they're gonna do the stuff we asked them to do. But other than that, yeah, we're just cruising. Oh, what
That's
you
good.
got for
That's
the
good.
injury report this week?
All right. So it looks like Debo Samuels is gonna be out with his hamstring. Um, Jamar Chase looks like he's going to be out. He has like a hip hairline fracture. They're
Hmm.
talking like 4 to 6 weeks, but they're not putting him on IR.
They
But if
could
he's out for 4 weeks, why wouldn't we put him on IR?
he couldn't have done that last week with his hip. We'll talk about that later.
Looks like Zeke is doubtful to play, so Tony Pollard's probably going to get the start. Um, Alan Lazard out. Michael Thomas, Jarvis Landry out. James Conner is out. DK Metcalf out. Chuba Hubbard out. Um, Tannehill is questionable with an ankle. And it looks like Swift is expected to play. So
It's been a
he's
few
coming
weeks.
back from his injury after, 2, 3 weeks.
Yeah, I think it's been like 2 or 3. Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I got for the injury report. What do you have on the news front?
A lot of trades the last 5 6 days. So the Eagles traded for Robert Quinn. They gave the Bears a fourth round pick. Um, so he had a couple more years, couple more years left on his deal, and they mutually agreed to void those last 2 years. He's also on track to be one of the first players to play 18 games this year because the Bears had not had their bye, and the Eagles just came off their bye this past week. So if he also play this week, he'll end up playing 18 games if he stays healthy.
Dang.
Yeah, but that it's coming. Me and
All right.
they'll get to 18 one way or the other. Right? When
Right.
one player did it, you all can do it. Another big one, Kadarius Toney traded to the Kansas City Chiefs by the Giants for a third and a sixth round pick. Didn't they just draft him like 2 years ago?
Yeah, but I think this new coaching regime is just done with him.
Mhm. He's a
I mean,
gadget
he's
player.
not been great.
But,
Well, I mean, he's been great when he's been on the field, but he hasn't been on the field that much.
right. They gave up a lot. A third and a sixth is quite a bit. The Cowboys trade a seventh round pick to the Raiders for defensive tackle Jonathan Hankins. He's a wily veteran. He's been around for like 10 years, went to Ohio State. He's a man. He's like 6'4", like 340 pounds. So
Dang. Yeah.
you don't get a guy like that if you have run if you don't have a problem stopping the run. So I guess what that trade was for. Um, is it Breesy Hall or Brees Hall?
Brees Hall.
Brees Hall for the Jets. He got hurt, done for the season. So the Jets have traded
Yeah,
for
that is true.
yeah, they traded for James Robinson. They gave up a conditional sixth. I'd be interested to see what the conditions are because we're almost halfway through the season. So it's got to be like
Right.
probably some playing time incentives or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I just looked at like the most recent news. I didn't go all the way back to Sunday to look at who like tore their ACL in the game.
Mm-hmm. Blew his knee out. Sucks. In typical Cleveland Browns fashion, they just re-signed their long snapper to the largest signing bonus and guaranteed money ever for the position. Very, very Cleveland. I
Yeah.
see. After the Thursday night football loss, Tom Brady is now 2 games under 500 for the first time ever in his career, which is kind of insane. Like what year 2021, and he's never been below 500.
Yeah, that is true.
Good news for you, the Packers. Aaron Rodgers currently has the longest primetime winning streak for any quarterback since 1970. Sorry, not 1970. He's sitting at 16-0 in his last 16 games, has 36 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. So, um,
Uh, we'll talk about it more later, but that's going to end this week.
hey, I tried to hype him up. Uh, let's see.
I told you last week if they lost to the Commanders, I was basically done picking them to win. So,
Yeah, it's tough. It's very tough. How'd you do in fantasy last week?
um, so in the money league, I lost, kind of got blown out. My team did not do great. I don't think I had anyone score double-digit points,
Mm.
except for maybe one. So that definitely hurts. Um, of course, I play Lamar Jackson and he gets me like 9 points, and I bench him this week and he gets 22 on my bench. So, whatever. I got Tua going. So,
Tough.
and then in your league, I somehow managed to win. I'm not quite sure how that happened. I'm 1-6. So, winning streak. Let's go. Let's
Yeah,
get one this week.
yeah. That's hey, that's the way you started. Get one and they start piling up.
One can hope. One can hope. I have Jamar Chase, so I'm one of those ones that's at like hurting for 4 to
Yeah,
6 weeks.
yeah, boy.
Um, how about you? How'd you end up doing?
Well, I got the absolute shit kicked out of me in the money league. The guy I was playing, Taylor, he had both Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. So I think they scored like 80 points combined. I managed to score 121. And the funny thing is, I would have beat like 4 out of the 10 other teams if I played anybody else last week. So, it is
Definitely me. I scored like 80 points total.
like
So
it is what it is. Can't be mad. Yeah. Uh, let's see. I lost in my gaming league as well by 20 something. I've got half my team on bye pretty much. So what do you do? Nothing. And uh, he doesn't have
you
enough
make
bench
trades.
spots set
That's
up.
what you do.
He makes what?
You make trades. That's what you do.
Yeah, he doesn't have enough bench spots. Um, it's like I think a 8 team league, and we've only got like 5 bench spots, so I can't really move anyone around on the bench with 5 spots when
Yeah,
they're all on buys too. So, you know,
true. True.
second
I mean,
loss.
that is a strategy.
Oh, third loss in that league. I started off 4-0, but kind of over it
Yeah,
because I missed the draft and didn't really get the team that I wanted. So it is what it is.
I get it.
Let's see. And I got this pulled up. And the other one, I won by 10. Our fun league is what we call that one. 1 by 10. So that is the I think third champion I beat this year for this league. So um, we were joking in our pre-show. It's the our revenge tour for beating some of the
Yep.
champions in that
Yeah.
league. So uh,
Don't you
hopefully,
have another one this week?
let me look. Let's see. No, he has never.
No. Okay.
Yeah. Uh, Vic is not a powerhouse in this league. He tries his best, but makes some questionable drafting decisions every year. So
No, no, I'm not a powerhouse in that league at all.
you're top four for sure. I mean, in terms of overall like record that been in that league, I'm pretty sure you're in the top four.
I'm just having a really, really bad year this year, and
It's tough. I mean,
I just
like there's been years in the other league, man, like the money league, where I think I went 3-10 one year. I'm like, fuck this, I quit. But
yeah,
it's just
yeah.
a up and down. Let's see. Now we've got our week 7 game predictions, our result for that. So you had Colts at Titans. You predicted 17-21 in favor of the Titans. They won 10-19. Chiefs at 49ers. You picked the Chiefs to win by 7. Your prediction was 27-20. The actual was 44-23, and I don't think the game is as close as what the score says because they were getting the shit kicked out of them most of the game. Packers at Commanders. You predicted the Packers would win 12-9. They lost 21-23. Any?
Would have been worse without the pick six, but
Yeah, I mean it. I don't know. Rodgers don't look like Rodgers. Him and Brady are having a really odd kind of year for those two. So not a Rodgers fan or a Packers fan, but it's hard watching the fall from grace like that from afar in first place.
shut up.
Let's see. I had Giants at Jaguars, Bears at Patriots, and Falcons at Bengals. I predicted the Giants would win 27-24. They won 23-17. Predicted the Bears would lose 10-21. They somehow managed to win 33-14.
Yeah, I don't get that one.
I was like,
Don't get that one.
well, how did the Patriots fuck me out of that one? Let's see, Falcons at Bengals predicted the Falcons would lose 17-31. They lost 17-35. So got that one as well. So overall, you're sitting at 11-7. I'm sitting at 12-6. This is much closer than it was last year. I was doing horrible.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see. So this week you have the 49ers at Rams, Steelers at Eagles, and Packers at Bills.
So gonna go with the easiest one first. Packers at Bills. Bills.
Hold on, let me scroll down. Okay.
600-10.
Oh God, that's a
No,
touchdown a minute.
Serious score. It's probably gonna be like 38-7.
7. Jesus.
I have lost all confidence in the Packers offense.
Hell. Can't just trade the star receiver and not draft one. That's all I'll say.
I mean, I'm still a Packers fan, still love the team. Just when the quarterback has more yards than your entire team for the entire season, you lose.
Mm-hmm. Unless your quarterback's name is Lamar Jackson.
I mean, he still lost. Just saying. Niners at Rams. I'm gonna. Man, this one's tough. Debo was in. I definitely say the Niners, but with him being out, I'm gonna say Rams. 28-24.
They did beat them pretty bad the first time they played this season. The Niners did. Just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, but the Niners had Lance and Debo and not Jimmy G and CMC trying to learn the offense. So
They'll probably just run arrow routes.
Yeah, Steelers at Eagles. I'm gonna have to say Eagles.
I don't see an upset.
I don't. I don't want to, but I want to say Eagles because I mean they're coming off bye, so they've had an extra week to look at the Steelers. They're undefeated. They're playing great on both sides of the ball.
The Steelers suck
They just
this year.
traded for Robert Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
24-17. I could see it being a lot less than that. I could see it be a defensive battle too, but those are my picks.
Let's see. So I've got Giants at Seahawks, Patriots at Jets, and Cardinals at Vikings.
How are the Giants like 5-1? That's my question.
Yeah,
How?
I'm processing in my head because I said the Giants at Seahawks, and I'm like, I think they both lead their divisions, which is exactly how everyone saw it playing out this year.
No, Eagles are leading the division.
Are they? Okay.
NFC East, the Eagles are like 6-0.
6-0, but have they played anybody else in the division besides the Cowboys? Because I think the Giants have beat all their division opponents too. We can look. We can look after the thing.
I'm not sure, but I mean the Giants being 5-1, right behind the Eagles at 6-0. I mean they're buying into the coach.
I think it's.
I mean Dabo or something like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Brian Dable. I think his name. I don't know, man.
It's just props to them. I mean, I'm not a Giants fan, but props to them because I mean they have no receivers playing 95% of the season so far, and they still somehow keep winning.
It's literally just their running back. But I don't know, man. I believe in Geno. Like he's having a resurgence, yeah, he's having a resurgence. He's making it. The Seahawks look like geniuses, freaking trading Russell Wilson. Like,
remember, DK's out.
That's okay. He don't get the ball that much anyway.
They're gonna give it to Will Disley for like 16 touchdowns in the game.
Yeah, they'll throw some bombs to lock it and try to grind it out. I think it'll be like I'm gonna give it 20-17 in favor of the Seahawks.
Yeah, it seems like no matter who wins out of those, it's always like a closer game.
Mm-hmm. Damn scrub ball. Patriots at Jets. I can't pick the Patriots because they screwed me last week, and the Jets actually look really good. So I'm gonna go Patriots 14 and the Jets 27.
I mean, the Jets. I mean, they drafted well this year.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know what they're doing with the why they can't seem to get Elijah Moore involved because they spent like a second round pick on him. So I don't understand that. There's something else going on, I'm sure, that we don't know about. Yeah, I mean, and he's not playing this week either. I don't think.
Yeah, it's got to be. He's probably got that Odell to him, like the head case kind of deal, kind of full of himself. Because you're a second-year player asking for a trade because you don't like how the offense is going.
I mean, I kind of can understand it to some extent. I mean, he's not been targeted really at all this year, so he's just out there running around for
Man, I get it. If you're like an all-pro,
exercise.
Yeah. If you're like an all-pro, I get it. But come on, you're a second-year receiver who's okay. You know what I mean? Like,
So, you know what? Have him go to the Giants. He doesn't have to leave. They play in the same stadium.
just sneak on the team.
You
They
go
need a receiver anyway.
Yeah. I mean, it makes some sense. They need a receiver. I mean, so do the Packers, but the Packers need more than just a receiver.
Yeah, they don't look the same.
They've lost. Like, I think there's like some sort of stat, like if Aaron Jones gets the ball 10 or more times or 12 or more times, something like that, they're like 30 something and 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then like if he gets it less than 10 times, it's like 12 and like 20 or something like that.
Oh, I believe it. I wasn't a believer because he came from freaking UTEP. Like, you went to the
Aaron
University of
Jones is a
Texas, El
baller.
Paso. I know, I wasn't a believer, but he plays hard. So, um,
And so is AJ Dillon. And they combine for like 8 carries a game. It's like, why?
what do they call him? The Quad Master, I think is the nickname he's gotten. Through squads are here.
Quadzilla.
Yeah, there we go. Watson. So my last one is Cardinals at Vikings. We almost beat them last year. We really should have beat them. Our kicker fucking sucked.
I mean, there's a modern warfare thing going on right now,
I
isn't
was
there?
gonna bring that up. I was gonna say Call of Duty just came out today, or sorry, technically yesterday. So I don't think Kyler Murray's gonna be fully invested. Probably a little hungover from playing the game too much. So I'm gonna say Vikings. Cardinals 14, Vikings. We don't like to score 28, and I think he gets
We don't like
sacked
to
like
score, but we're going to score almost 30 points.
man. The weapons we have, we should be scoring more than I think we average like 21 points. We should be scoring damn
Hey,
near 35.
you know who doesn't like to score?
Who's that?
The Packers offense.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Tom Brady because he's getting divorced.
No, but the Packers offense. I I don't know. I don't know. It's just Packers fans. We've had it good for so long. We're not used to this.
You've had 2 Hall of Fame
But
quarterbacks back to back. What do you mean good? Like that's phenomenal.
yeah, we've been spoiled to
Mm-hmm.
make it to the playoffs and deep in the playoffs and all of this. Where this year, I mean, I'm looking forward to having a shit record so we can get a higher, better draft pick
Yeah, there's some good quarterbacks to pick
that
from
we'll
this
trade
year.
back for and screw that up. But it is what it is.
What are they gonna do with the dude on the roster now? Love. Are they gonna let his contract expire? You think? Because he clearly ain't gonna play. He ain't got the opportunity because Aaron Rodgers is being a dick about it. Like he wanted to retire this year. I feel like he wanted to retire this offseason.
I don't know. It doesn't seem like any team wants Jordan Love either. So I don't even know what quarterbacks are coming out of the draft class because it's still a little too early to look. But
I think the best one is C.J. Stroud for sure. The kid out of Alabama. Let's see. What year? 2022. Okay, they do 2030. Let's see. So we just talked about him. There's Bryce Young's the one from Alabama. Uh, let's see. The stupid page is still loading. God,
yeah,
pay your bill,
I
guys.
mean, unless if the Packers are intentionally kind of being bad because they know that they might know that Rodgers is done and they don't have trust in Jordan Love, even though they're like, this is our guy for the future. And I
They,
don't see it.
they lied. Let's see. Will Levis is the number 3. He's from Kentucky. Uh, Tanner McKee out of Stanford, big kid, 6'6", 230. I can't say his name. DJ Uiagalelei or whatever from Clemson. He's the 5th one. So there's some options out there. Some guys that also will probably should like be modern with your offense too. With a lot of them are the dual threat kind. So who knows?
Yeah. So who knows? I mean, that's the only thing I can think of. Like, that they'll probably not, because I think Jordan Love's on his 4th year now, so they probably won't pick up the 5th year option.
think it's past the time too. They had to this summer.
And then draft a quarterback. Because, I mean, Watson just needs to stop pulling his hamstring, and Romeo Dobbs is kind of a baller. Just revamp the talent behind center. I mean, Rogers is looking great, but like we always keep saying, Father Time's undefeated. So,
Wow, dude, for sure. There've been like 10 billion humans in the world? It's like 10 billion and oh. Well, 10 billion and one because Brady was playing pretty good for a while up until his 40s. So
now, see, undefeated. This year, he does not look good. Just saying.
he's
So
down
10
there
billion to know.
50. He's down there 50. He's old enough to be someone's grandpa, technically. So
Yeah, but he's not the first one to play till this age either.
at
So
quarterback, I don't
at
think many have made
quarterback,
it to 45. Favre made it to 40.
no, this was like I think 60s, 70s.
Oh well,
So
all
I
those
don't
guys
remember
have
the guy's
CTE
name.
anyway. They've all got the CTE. They play too long. But, I don't have any trivia or anything. Do you?
I do not. I do not.
Well, I think we can call her quits. As a reminder, if you want to leave us a voice message, there should be a link in the show notes on your respective platform. You can also email us a question after the final whistle podcast at gmail.com. We're available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Breaker, Google Podcasts, and as of week 1 of this year, Amazon as well. If you want us to put the show up somewhere else, let us know. We'll do our best to get that done. Otherwise, guys, I'm Montel. We appreciate y'all listening.
Yep. Jonathan, until next week, everybody, take care.
Peace.